Still getting excited. A year every day. Beijing just that long to finish preparations before the opening ceremony for the 2008 Summer Games. August 8th is the exact date, and International Olympic Committee officials say from all appearances, the overhaul of the city is proceeding right on schedule. Let's bring in our correspondent there who knows it better than anyone, Andrew Stevens, live via broadband from Beijing. Andrew.
Jim, thanks very much. Well, the IOC is certainly impressed with what they're seeing here in Beijing about the readiness of this city for the Games next year. And if you look around at some of the structures and some of the development that's going on, there is only one, and that's the National Stadium, which is still to be finished after the end of this year. So a huge amount of work has gone in so far. And you've got to remember, Jim, this is an enormous moment for the people of China. This is probably the biggest international event in their history. Now, the official marking of the one-year ceremony will take place behind me in Tiananmen Square. It's only about half a mile from where I'm standing, directly behind me. A lot of work's gone in down there as well around the countdown clock, counting down the months, the weeks, the days, the hours, even the seconds to when the Olympic flame will be lit in Beijing. Now, it all started, of course, back in 2001 when Beijing was awarded those games, and Christy Lou-Stout has been looking at the extraordinary progress that has been made since then, and also looking at some of the issues that the authorities are facing as the eyes of the world turn on to Beijing.
This is Beijing on an Olympic high, just moments after winning the bid for the 2008 Games. 6 years ago, this epic celebration was too wild for even the police to control, but no matter, this was a government-backed party. Beijing pulled out all the stops to get the Games, the first ever to be held on Chinese soil.
Back in 2001, it was thought that China would use the Olympics as a way to mark its debut on the world stage, but China is already there. It's a member of the United Nations Security Council, it's a rising military power in Asia, it's also the world's fastest growing economy. So the Olympics won't be China's coming out party, but a chance for the world to come to Beijing. And this is what they'll see, an otherworldly landscape of glass and steel structures. China is sparing no expense to build stunning stadiums, with many projects ahead of schedule. But less successful have been attempts to clean the air. Thanks to dusty building projects and cars clogging the roads, the air remains very polluted. Chinese leaders are also scrambling to stem a major safety crisis. The former head of China's Food and Drug Administration was put to death for taking bribes to approve untested medicines. The South China Morning Post in Hong Kong says that China fearing another test, but in the end, the Games won't be judged by these smiles alone. Christy Lou-Stout, CNN, Beijing.
And in the next edition of Countdown Beijing, John Vos will be taking a closer look at how Beijing's Olympic building boom and race to modernise are taking a toll on the environment. You can also check out our special website at cnn.com/Beijing.